everyone, and today I'll be going over this Razer Blade Pro 17-inch gaming laptop. This is the E51 version with a 256GB SSD, and the E50 and E52 versions have different size storage devices on board, and this laptop is great for both gaming and editing. Here are the accessories that come in the box. First off, we'll start off with the documentation. So this is a quick start guide, and you also get a congratulatory note. They always include one. And then this is a note to their Synapse software. Be sure to download it so you can program the keyboard and trackpad. Really cool. And then here is, their support guide. You can call them all hours of the day. I'm just kidding. To bug them about whatever might be wrong. And of course you get some Razer stickers. They've also included for you 2 screen protectors, and you're wondering, what's it for? It's obviously too small for the laptop. Anyway, this is for the Switchblade UI screen. It goes over the special trackpad, which I'll show you later. And you also get a microfiber cleaning cloth. Very nice. And last but not least, of course, you do get this power adapter. And for a laptop this size, it is very, very slim. This is a 150 watt power adapter. And of course you get a power cord, which is right here, and I bundled it together with the adapter using the included rubber clasp that kind of looks like a watch band, doesn't it? Here's a look at the dimensions. This laptop measures 427 millimeters or 16.8 inches by 277 millimeters or 10.9 inches by 22.4 millimeters or 0.8 inches thin. And it weighs in at 3.07 kilograms or 6.76 pounds. And as for the material, it's encased in this CNC aluminum, which stands for Computer Numeric Control Machining. But anyway, it's just a way to cut it. And it's very cool to the touch. And the black design, it's very stealthy. And also there is a Razer logo here in the center, and it lights up green when powered on. On this edge you get ventilation holes, and it's focused cooling in an area where people don't commonly touch. And next to that is a power port, gigabit Ethernet port, HDMI 1.4a port with output up to 4K res, and 7.1 codec support. And then over here you get 3 USB 3.0 super speed ports, and finally headphone and mic combo jack. On the front edge, there's not too much going on here. This is to give it a more minimalistic look, but there is this LED here to indicate when this laptop is powered on. On this edge, you get more of that focus ventilation as well as a Kensington lock slot. And then on the rear, it's just a clean backside. On the bottom, you get some rubberized feet for grip on a smooth surface, as well as vents for cooling the area around your CPU and GPU. And it does not look like I can remove the bottom cover, at least not easily. Don't recognize those screws. The system comes with a built-in 74 watt-hours rechargeable lithium-ion polymer battery, and it takes approximately 3 hours to fully charge the Blade Pro. Here's a look with the laptop open, and at the top you get a 2 megapixel HD webcam as well as mic array next to that. Now as for the display, it is a 17.3-inch Full HD 1920 by 1080 matte anti-glare LED backlit display. Beneath the screen in this area here, this is where your stereo speakers are with Dolby Home Theater V4 tech. And then beneath that, a large round power button with the Razer logo on it, and as you can tell, it glows green. Now beneath that, we have a fully backlit keyboard, which is always great to have, especially if you're gaming in the dark. And let's go over some of the special function keys. So, using the function key right here, you can access alternate commands via the F keys. So function plus F1 to F3, that would be your volume control, volume mute, as well as volume adjust. Function plus F4 will toggle the monitor output, and F5 to F7 is for the play pause, skip track, F8, F9 will change up your screen brightness, and F10 to F11 will increase or decrease your keyboard LED brightness. Here's a demo of the keyboard LED, so we're gonna press function and then F10 to dim it. Yeah, there we go. And then F11 to bring back up to full brightness. And now for a look at the keyboard and trackpad software. This is a fully programmable keyboard using the Razer Synapse software, and you can create a profile, click on any key to set up a macro or other key function, and macros can also be created and deleted in this section. You can also click on the hotkeys above the trackpad to set macros to those, and click on Change to swap out the icon. You can use Razer's presets or upload your own, whether it's a picture or text. The trackpad also has settings you can play with. You can change the lighting brightness or disable enable game keys. And there's even a power savings mode in settings. Apps is where you can get more apps for the app launcher above the trackpad. Click on Get More Apps to see what's available. There's plenty to choose from. Once the app is installed, you can move it over to the app pages or remove it just as easily. Be sure to hit the Save button once you're done. One last thing is stats. You'll be able to see heat maps of mouse clicks, mouse movements, and keystrokes. Before I go over the trackpad, I want to go over these directional keys. I like how some of it is squished, so it helps save space on the laptop itself. Now next to that is the trackpad with the 4-inch screen, and it's 800 by 480 res. It's a multi-touch LCD trackpad, and it's glass, so when I track across, sometimes it gets a little difficult, especially if my fingers get a little sweaty. And also, if you notice, there is a green swirly that follows my finger as I track, which is really cool. Above the trackpad are 2 rows of hotkeys, and Razer calls it their dynamic adaptive tactile keys, requires the Synapse software to program. And also there is a warning label. It says, please do not get these keys wet or try to remove them, so it's probably smart to follow that. The trackpad also comes with physical left and right clicks, and what I like about the pad itself is that it's not only a trackpad, but it also acts as a second display. So if you really need to check something online, but you're in the middle of a game on your main screen, you can go ahead and open this up with one of these applications via these hotkeys. So not only can you set applications to these hotkeys, but also macros. So I'm gonna go ahead and check out some of the default keys. And right here is YouTube. So we're going to go ahead and click that. And right now we are in music and entertainment, but there are a bunch of other keys that you can touch in order to get to the other sections of YouTube. Now then, let's go ahead and click the switchblade key. This will take you back to the home screen, and then you can pick another option. For example, Facebook. Very, very cool. And then we're going to head out of there, and then let's go ahead and go into Twitter. Tweet. Alrighty, but there is really something I want to show you here, which is the macro record. So I'm going to go ahead and hit the macro record key. And then there should be a record button that has popped up here. So we're going to do that, and let's say QWERTY. And then we are going to hit the stop button and then click the check mark. And then assign it to a key, whatever key that you want. For example, if I want to press P or something like that. And then you're back on the regular menu. So let's go ahead and take a look at what this is. So once I click this one, it'll give you the numpad. And this is also the section where you could set up macros to the hotkeys, and there are several screens that you can set it to, but you already saw that in the software portion. So let's go ahead and head back out of there, and you can use 3-finger swipe to get to a different page of applications or macros. And I have set Photoshop as well as Premiere on there, although I'm not sure what that's going to do on this tiny little screen. But it's really nice that Razer has included these applications for you in addition to all of these other ones. Now let's go ahead and 3-finger swipe to go back. As you can see, not always responsive, but that's something I feel they could work on. And you can even access the World Wide Web by clicking on the application. So we're going to hit the globe, and then of course it's Razer's site. We're going to hit the globe again, and then you can go ahead and touch screen this and type in the URL for, I'm going to go for google.com, and then hit enter. Ta-da! Here's a look at the specs. The laptop uses the Intel Core i7-4720HQ quad-core processor with hyper-threading for simultaneous multitasks, with a base clock of 2.6 GHz and turbo clock of 3.6 GHz. And it uses the NVIDIA GeForce GTX 960M 4GB GDDR5 graphics card, and it has 16GB dual-channel memory via 2 8GB DDR3L 1600 MHz sticks. It also houses a 256GB mSATA SSD and 500GB hard drive. This laptop runs Windows 8.1 64-bit, and you get 802.11 AP, GNN, and AC wireless, as well as Bluetooth 4.0 support. Now let's check out the viewing angle. So we're going to do vertical first. So if I move it forward, it's not quite so bad if I move it backwards. As you can tell, the screen gets a lot darker. Now then, I'm going to go ahead and show you the horizontal viewing angle from this side, as well as this side. Before I go ahead and open up a game for you to show you how the graphics look and what the sound is like, it's on Max by the way, here is a look at Razer Comms. So for those of you who don't use something else like Ventrilo or TeamSpeak, I use TeamSpeak, you can go ahead and check out Razer Comms. Now then, let's go ahead and open up Heroes of the Storm. I'm pretty sure it should have many beautiful, vibrant colors, and that's why I want to show this to you. This is Heroes of the Storm, and I just wanted to show you how good the graphics look, as well as the sound is on Max.
And you have been chosen by the Nexus.
Well, I hope you enjoyed that look at the awesome graphics as well as super loud audio. Here's a look at the benchmarks. I used Heaven Benchmark on the basic setting as well as the extreme setting. I also used 3D Mark, Firestrike, and Skydiver. I used Adobe Premiere to render a 10-minute and 15-second video. So it took about 13 to 14 minutes to finish rendering, and I used the format H.264 as well as preset YouTube 1080p HD on the render. And now for a look at the pros and cons. I would say that this laptop is lightweight for a 17-inch anyway, but it's still heavy enough so you know you've got some quality parts inside and outside. And because of its powerful specs, you can use the system as an effective editing or gaming platform. This particular touchpad design is new to me, and it's pretty cool how it acts like a second monitor. The placement of the touchpad is also great because I don't accidentally bump it with my palms. I use a mouse anyway, even with a laptop. The hotkeys above the keyboard can launch some pretty useful programs, like logins for your YouTube or Facebook, and the speakers can get pretty loud, which is a good thing. And for those who prefer gaming in caves, keyboard backlighting is always a plus, and it's Razer Classic Green. And also, I like that the keyboard is programmable, and the Synapse software is very user-friendly, but maybe it's just because I've done a lot of Razer software tutorials. As for the cons, while the trackpad/display is very cool, it is a bit buggy in that sometimes the swiping motion doesn't register. And there are no USB ports on the right side. What's that all about? I need a mouse for gaming and editing, and I don't want to route from the left side. And there aren't enough USB ports in my opinion, because I need it for various devices like a keypad, a mouse, a flash drive, and the like. And there's no SD card reader. I mean, why? This is for editing too, right? And I transfer a lot of files weekly to my system hard drive, and that's why I think an SD card reader would be really awesome. And another con for some is the lack of an optical drive. Some of you may not care, but I think it's always nice to have one, especially if I wanted to play old movies or something. Anyway, I also don't like how thick the bezel looks. It takes away from the sleekness of the design. Well, that wraps it up for this video on the Razer Blade Pro 17-inch gaming laptop. I'm Joanne. Any of you like what you saw and you want to see more like it, be sure to hit the like, comment, and subscribe buttons, as well as follow me on social media. Joanne Tech Lover Facebook fan page, Joanne Tech Lover again on Twitter, and Joanne Tech Lover once more on Instagram. Also, please don't forget to hit the donate button so it can help expand this channel and feed this techie. Also, I started up a new channel called JTL Lifestyle where you can check out everyday random gadget videos if you are interested. And also JTL Cuteness Overload, that's where I upload cute puppies and kitties and anything fluffy and cute. And one last thing, is storeenvy.com where you can go ahead and purchase my 8.5 by 11-inch autograph prints that you can buy. I guess all that's left to say is, Joanne.